Welcome back to another edition of the Course Creation Incubator. I'm Gina Anativia, your course coach and digital strategist, here to encourage you to put your course out there. There's a reason your students need you. They have a challenge or a desire, and you have the solution they're looking for. Today, I want to talk about standing out from your competition, but also embracing having a little competition and really diving into that. Speaking of loving competition, my husband and I are officially total soccer junkies. Tristan's on a new team. It's a 10 and under boys team, and we are experiencing more soccer than ever. And I played soccer from a young age up until, when I had Tristan, so when I got pregnant. So I've always had a passion for the game. And it's hilarious and joyful to me that everyone's enjoying Ted Lasso right now. Football is life, right? It's reverberating throughout our household. We're doing logos for t-shirts. We're refereeing. We're helping the coach out. It's soccer 24/7 here. And now I'm taking a break after one of our games. It was a win to record this podcast with you. And just like on the pitch or the soccer field, a little healthy competition never hurt anyone. You want it to be competitive. You don't want blowouts in the game. You want some competition when it comes to your course as well. Now, I'll get some course creators who realize they have competition and then just want to give up. Oh, Gina, there's already a course on this. I can't do it. Stop. Now, the idea here is to stand out from the competition by getting the edge, whatever that looks like. So you can attract your own raving fan group of students, just like I want Tristan's team to get the edge with what makes them unique, what they have to bring to the table. So you need to know what's unique about you, all the beautiful ways that you stand out. Today, I'm going to rattle off a bunch of ideas and then hit me up on Instagram at Course Creation Boutique if you think of any others, or if you want to challenge me. Let's have a healthy debate. The first way to stand out from the competition is to share your unique story, experience, or process, because here's the thing. There will be others who teach what you teach, but nobody else has your life experience or your unique process. I've mentioned on the podcast before, I had 2 widows who support other widows as part of my last accelerator class. One was a younger woman, and one was older when she became a widow. They had very unique stories. One started a podcast, Jen, and went to support them in terms of relationships. And another wanted to support widows in terms of where they were right after the grief process had started. Now, you can imagine that these 2 women have completely different stories to share about what they went through. Not only do they have different ways that they were supporting other women, but their stories were very unique. Don't be afraid to share your story and get personal. That's what people really want. I know it can feel uncomfortable. And Bo Easton, by the way, is the best person to look up for this. I talk about Bo all the time. I'll link to him in the show notes. Actually, he's got an event coming up soon, and there's no one better to teach you the power of your personal story than Bo. I love when I talk to clients and they say, well, this is how I teach, and that's not for everyone. And I say, great. We're going to attract, and then we're going to repel. An example of this for myself is when I see people say, oh, I still don't know what course to create, but I bought this so-and-so course or book or program. Well, I say maybe don't buy that course. And that's kind of contrarian. I don't believe you should buy a course about courses or hire me to help you unless you have a topic, unless you have results that you know how to teach. Now, there are other people out there who say, well, you'll just figure it out. I just don't believe in that. I want you to get the results beforehand. Maybe consult or coach a bit. Then you can figure it out. Then you do your digital course, your online course. But that's a contrarian approach. I'm going to repel some students because of that, and that's okay. Here's another example. I've got a leadership coach right now who says leadership is freaking hard. It's not for everyone. And people are totally repelled by that. Some people are not going to love that message, and that's great because he wants to repel those people. I've talked about this on the podcast, but he's just a great example of when your brand stands for something and it's contrarian, you are going to attract a raving fan base, and then you are likely going to repel some people who wouldn't buy from you anyway. That is not your student. As a reminder, you don't just want lots of students when you're first starting out. You want the right kind of students because those are the kind who will get results, who will listen to you, and by the way, give you great testimonials and refer you to others. Here's another way for you to stand out from the competition. Get hyper-focused on your ideal student. I'm talking about the power of the niche here, right? Really get focused on a smaller group of students and not worry about that bigger pool just yet, like we were just talking about. Get laser focused on who you want to serve first and foremost. And by the way, if you're listening to me and you feel like you've gone too broad, ask yourself, what's a segment of the market that you can appeal to first and foremost? That's the power of the niche. I've got my student Tracy, who's helping entrepreneurial moms plan out their meals. She's going to launch her subscription to entrepreneurial moms, busy entrepreneurial moms of a certain type. She knows who she's going after. She's not saying, hey, I'm going to teach everybody how to meal plan. She knows her segment, and that's who she's going to go after. She can probably even drill down even further, and I'm sure she has, beyond busy entrepreneurial moms. She's not for everyone, and she doesn't want to start with everyone. She wants to start with a certain subsection of moms and grow from there. She can speak to them and their unique needs. She knows what they're looking for. Another great way to stand out with your course is to offer access to you that no one else has. I had on Susie Menkes from Healthy Newborn Sleepers. She talked about how parents get access to her, whereas other courses, they don't. They always get these great monthly calls with her, and they can upgrade to additional support. This is another way for you to stand out because so many course creators want to have a static course with no access to them. Well, when you're first starting out, think about doing monthly calls or weekly office hours or times that they can connect with you. And notice how it will give you an edge, especially when you're beginning with your course. Here's another way. Focus on doing one thing really well. This is where I talk all the time about doing a starter course or a focus course where you're only giving them one simple promise. You're not going to teach them, say, everything they need to know to run their financials or what to do A to Z with retirement. You're giving them the first step towards figuring out retirement or their financials. So help them determine that first step where they need to go. Concentrate on that. You're not trying to give them this whole comprehensive signature course. You're giving them a focus piece. That's another great way to stand out. Because you can always start with that one starter course or that focus course and build from there. When you start small, you could build momentum and continue to sell to your students. One last way to stand out from the competition is, well, to embrace the competition and work with them. I just partnered up with Amy Porterfield on Digital Course Academy, and I had people coming to me. I actually had a really close friend who said, can I ask you a question? Isn't it a conflict of interest for you to promote Amy? How does that work out for you? Well, to me, it doesn't feel like a conflict of interest because I don't have a big, comprehensive, self-paced course. And I offer boutique services where you work with me closely. You're not just going to take a static course and never hear from me. I'm in the trenches with you. So to me, it was a great collaboration. We complement each other. So I ask you, how can you collaborate with the competition? I mean, Tina Tower is another example. I've had people come up to me and say, well, Tina Tower works with course creators. Isn't that a conflict? Well, she works with course creators with a mastermind over in Australia. I don't have a mastermind. We can absolutely team up together. There are more than enough students to go around. So much love to give, in my opinion. Think about how you can partner too. It's not just standing out with the competition, it's embracing it and partnering with it. All right, I'll leave you with that. And next week, I'm excited because an old friend is joining us. She is smart. She is beautiful. She is amazing. She got incredible advice about style and your personal style. Ama Barrero is going to be on next week and talking through how to really hone in that personal style and feel good and confident when you're doing your videos or you're going live. So check that out next week. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss one single episode. Until next week, go create, be you and be brilliant, and get it done.